All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday and welcome to another, our views aren't right. There we go. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday and welcome to another episode of Mimosa Hotline, where our business besties, aka Ronnie Bartles, your business strategist, and myself, Ashley Rhoda, your brand strategist, come to you with raw, real, unfiltered, as you just saw. Topics for you about business, branding, marketing, and it's an opportunity for us to share our experience, our expertise, and our insight for you to benefit from. So while we may be recapping our week based on our client experience, on our businesses, in our lives, if there are things that relate to you and you want to get help or, share, vent, talk, celebrate, whatever it is, we are here for that. So we've got a few announcements for you, and we will go from there. Also, I can't see the Facebook, so if anyone is live with us in the comments, I will somehow pass that over to Ronnie and figure that out. But yes, so
I'm pulling it up just so it's kind of over here if I can see it.
I was like, okay, everybody just hold, please. I can find it. I just don't know what happened when I did the live thing. It said I wasn't live, but I know I'm live. So okay. 1 second, everyone. Yeah. Let me just be able to pull
I got it.
And you have it too? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I did the live thing. Oh gosh, now it's gonna, now it's gonna play it on my side.
Yeah, I know. I had to mute it too. So
I know it's like, okay. There are things on the back end, ladies and gentlemen, y'all don't know about.
And no, I had to mute it. Not even
again. Sorry. Okay.
Mercury retrograde yet.
We're together. We're live. It's gonna be great. So now, if anyone would like to, on the live or on the replay too. So replayers, hello. We love you just as much as those of you that are able to carve out the hour and spend with us live. But the comment section is for you. Like we love when you engage with us, like what we say, hate what we say, have something to say, like we love it all. So please use that comment section.
Yep.
Now that we've taken care of the back end, which someday we will have a show manager that would wrap that up.
Take care of that.
Like, let's just act like that didn't exist. Announcements. Okay. So first announcement, Ronnie, do you want to say what's going on with the website?
It's live.
It's live.
It's live.
Mimosahotline.com is live. I'm so excited.
Yep. And it's gorgeous.
Yes, it's amazing. It's our, I don't want to say oh, Edie, hello, she's back with us today. Edie, it's so great to see you. I'm a live audience today. Yay, we love having you. Welcome. So our website, which I or you or someone should put in the comments, www.mimosahotline.com is live for you. And what we love so much about it is we kind of feel like we've opened up our lobby, our waiting room, our speakeasy, it's our little extension for you to go experience, hang out. What are some of the things that they can find over there?
They're going to find all the episodes.
Binge worthy.
They'll find all the episodes. The first episodes that we have show notes on, they'll find the show notes for those. The last few won't have them because we kind of gave that up because it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
but it has all the episodes. It has all the ways to get a hold of us as far as calling hotline, emailing us, getting on the show, all of those things. There's a section for the BYOBs to come join us live on the show if they want to talk about their business and kind of get you and me live for free.
I know. This is the thing.
That's kind of a hell of a deal.
It's like catnip or mistletoe. It's just hanging out there waiting for you. The second you get closer, you're either gonna want to kiss us all over the place, or you're gonna be so entranced by our genius-ness, you're gonna feel like catnip. So either way, we'll see what happens. Yes. Hotline is also live. Ronnie, you set this up for us. Thank you so much. But this is an opportunity where if you are in the middle of the day, night, whenever, 24/7, and you've got a burning question that you really want our insight on, hey, I'm working on this, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, call the hotline, leave us a message, tell us how we can support you. And then we'll bring it live to one of the shows, anonymously or not, and give our insight. So hello, free advice in so many different ways. You can go to the website, watch every episode. You could call us, you could be live with us. Or you could be private with us too. The other thing about BYOB is we do them complimentary live on the show here. So if you'd like to join us, that way it's how many of you have gone to an event where someone else in the room asked a question and you secretly had that question too, or didn't even know that was a
All the
question you
time.
had, but when it was asked, you're like, yeah, that too.
Yep.
That's how we're trying to do this. It's not to, make any of you sacrificial lambs or to embarrass or to do anything. It's actually to be like, thank you for pointing that out. That's a great thing. So many people experience that. And how many times a day, Ronnie, do you tell me I'm normal?
Yep. I was just getting ready to say the same thing. Like, it's normal. If you have these questions, other people do too. Trust me. Like, we all do. Like, we probably do sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
we probably have the same questions you have. I don't know, but so we have that. So again, real quick, website, live, hotline, live, BYOBs to either be private or complimentary with us, like private or live, I guess is the way to say that, are available. And I'm really proud of us. 3 of you have all requested private BYOBs, which is bring your own business. If you want to bring booze, by all means, but it's bring your own business for us to help you with. We booked 3 of those in the last week and we are so excited.
Yeah.
So we have those. We have one this afternoon right after the show. Super excited. That's another thing. If that's intriguing for all of you, that it's after the show. So if you want to be here, watch us, and then all of a sudden you're like, man, I really do have this question for this thing, then let's BYOB it. All right. Comments. Edie, thank you for setting the tone. Our comments are just like our walkie-talkie with you. So let us know your thoughts. Let us know, engage with us, laugh at us, celebrate us, do whatever the hell you want in there. I don't care. If you act like a troll, I'll block you, but details. Okay. So announcements are done. I feel like we need like a song or like a little ting.
Oh, this is why we need an editor to like
I know.
Put in that music right at that moment. That's like transition music.
Yeah, like insert. Exactly. All right. So
next.
So much, and also such great weeks to talk about. I think I kind of just wanted to start off though with the thing you were just talking about, because that made me giggle like hard.
Oh, what I just said about like how my week's been going?
Yeah, about who saying about the marketing thing and you being
well, it's okay. And I think this is why this resonates so much, is because I think as small business owners, we all do this. I think we all do this. We put money into marketing because it's the magic pill that's going to make us $1 million, right? And so it's one of those, like, I'm putting $1,000 into marketing and I've done it for 10 years or 20 years or however long you've been in business, and I've yet to see a single result from it. I'm like, that's because the problem isn't marketing.
Yeah. Ooh, I like
like the problem's not marketing. The problem is, something else. And in this particular case, the problem isn't marketing as far as like traffic. The problem is conversion. Right. So like, why spend $1,000 to get people to a website that doesn't convert? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, that's a bad business decision. I'm sorry.
Well, we can also, so let's pull up what we know here is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. So right now you're just being insane. That's fine. Wouldn't you love though, if a friend was like, yo, it's like when you have something in your teeth or whatever's going on. Somebody's like, hey, like, I'd love if somebody's like, Ashley, you're hitting your head against the wall, acting like an insane person. Like, could we try something else? I'd be like, oh, thank you so much. Sure. Like, right. I actually had this conversation too with a new strategic partner. I was vetting a vendor. He's a videographer, and I will be talking about him later. And we were talking about this too, how everyone likes to use their F words and blame marketing. So F words are friends, free, freelancer, Fiverr, F words. And then they say, oh, I have a marketing problem to like anything, like everything. My team's not hot enough, marketing problem. Like what? Like everything for them is this. And
that is the absolute most common thing when I talk to somebody and I ask them, what's the biggest challenge in your business? Every single time, I can guarantee you, I would bet money on it. At one of those sites that does the money thing online where you gamble online, I would put money on this to say every single person I talk to, every time I ask them their problem, they say marketing.
Same. We have a form for something and everybody's filling it out right now and everybody's putting in their marketing is my problem. I'm like, oh, boo. Like, no, there are other things in the ecosystem of business. There's sales, there's business development, there's conversion. Well, that's in sales, sorry, but marketing, there's branding, like there's team, there's so many different things, right?
And and the two things that I think come to mind for me most of the time that are actually the problem. When somebody comes to me and they say I have a marketing problem, it's one, normally it's a brand problem. And not brand in the sense of like, I have a logo and colors. Brand as in your messaging, your values, your vision, your mission. And people are landing on your site and they don't know who you are or what you do because you've asked them to do 400 things and your message is all over the place and nobody goes, I have this problem. They solve it. I'm going to buy it.
Yep.
And that's actually a brand problem. And so like, even in my case yesterday, it's a brand issue. It's a brand positioning and a brand messaging issue. And so that's always kind of the number one problem. Like 90% of the time I can pinpoint to a brand problem. Probably then if it's not a brand problem, it's an operations problem and they can't keep up with demand. And that's a little bit less of a problem than the brand issue. Most of the time, particularly with small business owners like we work with, it's normally a brand problem.
Yeah.
But once you kind of get into a bigger organization that's like more in the manufacturing realm or my e-commerce kind of client, like theirs is capacity, not necessarily brand messaging. So, but that's normally smaller percentage than the brand issue. Most of the time it's brand problem.
Yeah. Well, and I was sharing the other day because this person understood, actually, that's why he signed up so fast for our BYOB. He was like, are you kidding? I get like a marketer and a brander on the same call. And he was like, 2 for the price of 1. He thought he had to buy 2. Like he thought he had to bring someone and like find a friend and then you get the deal. And I was like, no, it's like 2 of us for 1 hour. And he was like, really? And I was like, wow, okay, if this works, like this.
We might be onto something. Maybe we need people to bring friends.
Like, yeah, bring a friend, definitely. No. But what it was is I was explaining, just because I know he knows, but especially when it's someone in the industry that knows, it's just comforting to hear it again. And I was saying, yeah, like branding and marketing. So branding is the identity and the voice, and marketing is like the megaphone and the message. So if you put yourself behind marketing and you don't know what you're saying, you sound like a duck with a megaphone. You're just quacking, quack, 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 quack. No one knows what you do. No one knows what you are. No one knows what you say. Like no one knows what you stand for. But when you take time to build and refine your identity, then you're really getting behind the mic and singing a song that's like the ultimate attraction factor, the ultimate mating call, however you want to say it, to your clients and getting them to you faster. And it's a thing. And I think that's where it's fun when I'm working and collaborating with marketers or business strategists like yourself that understand that. And they're like, please make my life easier, Ashley. Like go work with Ashley for like an hour, get your shit straight, and then come back and then I can do my work. And that's what was happening yesterday was the website developers, the photographers, the videographers were all like, oh my God, you have been the missing piece. And I was like, I know. Do you ever want to just like shake your client or squeeze the assets out of them? And they were like, actually, yes. And like one of them had just built this beautiful website. And she said it only took so long because they were waiting for the photography and the copy and the things. And it's like, it is so much more than a logo, people.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, it tends to be like in the case yesterday, it's a brand messaging and positioning issue. And then what happens is we look at it and go, okay, well, I'm niching into this thing. And now I feel like I've restricted myself. And that's when then all of a sudden particularly your website goes haywire. Because, with the conversation yesterday was, we are a training company for X, period. But yet now you go on our website and there's a consulting page and an auditing page and a like training for something completely different, like because somebody has come along and said, do you do this? So we added it, so it kind of gets out of hand very quickly in that regard. So it's easy to get off the rails because it's pulled away because there is no succinct core foundation of this is our brand message, this is what we stand for, this is what we sell. And then I think the other piece of that is, you kind of have that brand piece. It's got to really be solid so that people know exactly what you do and it's very clear. But then the marketing side of that is, we had the discussion yesterday of who are we selling to? Like, who is landing on this site? Well, the customer that's landing onto the site is somebody that is looking to get a certification to move their career forward. They want a new job. They want something. They want to get a promotion, whatever that might be, where that's a one-off person that's buying one thing. We sell to corporations. And so we're selling to a manager that's bringing 10 people to that training, not because they need their department to be trained, not necessarily are they trying to advance their career. And so now we need to go, okay, here's what our brand message is. And who's this target? Because those are two very different people. We need to talk to them very different ways.
Yeah.
And so that's where now the brand really has to be solid, because now we can take both of those two personas and now craft messages that actually resonate with each one of them. Like, now your marketing just becomes easy. All you got to do is talk about it.
Right. And you have to know who you're talking to and about,
Right.
and all of the things. And like, I love how you broke that down so well, though, because I think people, we're always saying, know your ideal client, know this, know that. And like, you kind of, I don't know, excuse my French here, but I feel like you just build a bear, like you just kind of like make somebody up. You don't actually think about the actual people you're working with, like,
Right.
and the clarity of that. And if you don't have the experience yet, then freaking go work with some people for free, complimentary, whatever, and just get the experience of like, okay, this one did this and that one did that, and like just get some experience under your belt. But I know we're doing that too with Iconic Details, right?
Yeah.
And we're seeing that we have two very distinct people. We have like the actual service-based business owner,
Right.
and we have agencies who have requests for proposal work that need support doing the work. So like two very different things as
Very
well.
different.
So I love that. And I love that you're also highlighting where the brand comes into play, that when you know how you approach them, how
Right.
you serve them, then the message is clear. But if you
Right.
don't know that, or you're trying to be like somebody else or assumptive or all these things, then the work is really hard. But when you do know, ours has been creepy. Like, our work has actually been freaking me out with how easy and succinct and just quick. I like easy. I don't know, easy is the word, but it's just like, you ask me something, I'm like, well, that, like, whatever that is, like, how is that so simple? Like, but it's quick, it's easy, it's efficient, it's all the things. It's been that. So, yeah, I love that. Yeah, but yeah. So I guess just to wrap that up in a pretty bow is just that not everything is marketing. Like, yeah, we were industry laughing that like, it's become this like universal term. We were trying to, we were using some other ones that we should not say out loud ever again, but we were just saying, it's like, it's like this, everything was always that. And now it's this, everything's marketing. And it's like, there are marketing problems by all means. You want to set up a new social media channel. You want to figure out where your audience is hanging out. You want to know how to make your message convert and be succinct, all marketing. But if it's, where should I be? That's branding, because your brand would dictate that, right?
It's like foundation of things.
Yeah. It's like, what's your way? What's your vibe? What's your essence? It's more that. Yeah. So I love that. I don't really have anything else because you said it so beautifully. So the problem is not marketing, people. But come at us with that it is, and we'll tell you otherwise.
I mean, I've always even said in my business, like, while I'm a business strategist, like I look at businesses from a very holistic perspective. Like, I look at all aspects of a business.
Same.
100% of my clients come to me for marketing.
Yeah. Sorry, that was just cute. 100%.
100% come to me. Like, I should take it to, like I said, I should take it to one of those betting sites, like, because I'd win every time. Like,
and also for anyone that's feeling out there, or if you just start all this and you're like, but I really think I have a marketing problem, that's okay. Like, feel that way, think that you might be right. It probably, like, maybe I can't even be like, you might be right. I'm like, no, but here's the thing. The best thing you can do is ask for support, ask for clarity, because if you think you have a marketing problem and you're studying all marketing, but really it's something else, you're just wasting your time, money, and energy. So like, at least come to us and be like, no, direct you, like, just course correct you with love so that you're
Yeah.
getting what you need.
So if we're gonna like talk in corporate terms, like what we
Yeah.
call this in like manufacturing is you find the root cause analysis. Like
Yeah.
bring us the problem. That's
Yeah.
what you and I then do. Like we get to the root of what this
Yeah.
problem actually is, because that's what needs to be fixed. So it's called a root cause analysis. And like there are tools to help you do that. Like you pinpoint where the actual problem is. You think this result's what you want.
Yeah.
Find the root cause analysis.
And there is nothing wrong with being wrong, thinking it's marketing. Like, it's great that you know what you want or where you're at.
Right.
Like, I had somebody do this too. And this is funny. It was a marketing thing. He's like, yeah, I have a franchise and I'm looking to get into social media, but they don't really give us the marketing. So I need to know about marketing. And I was like, okay, great. There's like 10 questions I have before that. Like, why? What's the goal? What's the vision? What's working? What isn't? Why is this giving you sparkle syndrome? Like, what about this? And then we work backwards from that. But yes, totally agree. It's been an interesting week. I know.
Yes.
I'm trying to decide which one to share next. I think maybe this one, because it is so let me go into this one. I've got 3 that I want to share today, people.
Okay.
So case studies, if you will. So the first one is a gentleman came to me through networking. We were just supposed to be actually like COIs for each other, center of influence for each other. This man is in an operational business. Actually, he reminds me similar to your COO work, but he works with a franchise-based system. Let's put it that way. So his work is, there's a system that works. He implemented it on his own. He actually, this was really impressive and interesting. He went into business. He started in engineering, implemented this system in his agency, and then went on to acquire 10 more and build them all up and out with this. And he loves it. And it's a great system. So where typically I'm like, Mary Kay, like, we don't franchise, don't do this. This one's different. And what he was sharing with me is that he was thinking about his branding and what he could do when it's a franchise, like it's already there. You can't really do much with it. And I was sharing that it reminds me of anybody in a 1099 position. So anyone that has a brokerage or an agency. So these could be financial advisors, realtors, mortgage loan officers, anyone insurance, anything like that. They all have a brokerage or a base that they kind of get their credibility foundation. Like, I'm an agent of is usually how it comes out. But they also have their own personal brand too, to be mindful of. And while I was sitting on the call with him, I was trying to figure out like where the opportunity really was. And afterwards, I realized it was in identifying and amplifying his iconic details, because he said, quote, he knows people's are buying him more than this system. Like, they love this system, but when there's 3 agents that represent this, they want him. And I was like, okay, that's where the brand is. That's where it's like, this is the base, this is great, but what are you that complements, accents, brings this to people? And so I'm eager to see when it gets back to me, because he was one of these people. He's like, I think I could, I want to have a second call with you. I think I need your help, but I'm not even really sure where. And I had such a great time of sending him the questions that I would ask him on a call, because that just helps him to like gather his thoughts and even self-reflect with himself. And processors need time to just sit with it and be like, okay, yeah, that was a good question she asked me. And then give them like a week. And then all of a sudden, a week later, they have such clarity and we'll get right back to you.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay. But it was fun to ask him. And I was like, those were my bases. First, I want to know, what are your goals? What are your visions? What's working? What's not? What are your wants? What are your needs? What are your objectives? And like, what are your opportunities? That kind of thing. Then second, I was like, okay, what makes you you? Like, take this system out of it, take the franchise out of it. What are you doing that the other agents aren't? And by even identifying those, then we can amplify it. I mean, just do more of it. Like, this is not, he's successful. He doesn't need to do anything different. It's just more. And in our favorite term, SOP it, like standard operating procedure, or just routinely every time, make sure you're doing your,
Yep.
your way of things. It's so hard. He has such a catchy last name, not to say it out loud and be like the blah, blah way. But like when it comes out, y'all, you're going to love it. It's just so catchy. You're like, yeah, I want some of that. I was like, you're basically like a black cup of coffee and we're adding in the flavors and the personality to
Right.
it. Some people like it straight black. Some people like the flavors. Some people like to do whatever they want with it, but that's where we're building it. And he's like, oh, that kind of makes sense.
Yep.
So we talked about that. And just that is not marketing. That's branding, because that's amplifying the identity at the core.
You still got to know that foundation before you can even like do that. I mean, you know, I think that we see, particularly on Instagram, you see this all the time of like people saying, you know, all these gurus about like, I made $1 million on Instagram, you know, just Instagram marketing. I'm like, yes, they did. And like, they have a solid brand and know what they're talking about. One, and two, they probably put $1 million into it to make $1,000,001.
Don't kill their hopes and dreams.
But still, like, you know, those outliers like that can make those platforms work when you have the foundation to build that on. Like that's just such a core person.
As the brand strategist on this show, I would like to own the fact that even I right now, Ronnie and I, in the last 3 weeks, I think we've done 3 intensives every Friday. We're reworking my foundation because I was playing. Here's my interpretation. I'd love to hear yours. So maybe I shouldn't even say anything, but here's my interpretation. Yeah. I was playing too small. I wasn't living into the full vision and calling I was given by the universe to make happen. And also, I wasn't being as potently me. I was being a lot of shoulds and doing a lot of things that everybody else said to do, but weren't really my strategy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was a lot of, I think Shauna does a really good job in telling this story when she talks about kind of her journey of like when she was in that first 1 to 3 years of business where you just kind of don't know anything. You kind of are successful despite yourself, right? And I mean, it because you haven't had a bunch of that outside influence yet, right? So you're just bopping along going, here's who I am, this is what I do. And you kind of have some success at it. And then you kind of get to that year like 3 to 5 and you're like, I kind of know what I'm doing now. And maybe I should learn more about X, whatever that X might be. And so you go and you find a program or you find a coach or you start to then try and build on that. And now you've watered down that thing that was originally there. And I think that's what's happened with you so much is like you had this thing and you just were bopping along like I'm doing so great. And you go, okay, well, I've kind of hit a plateau. Totally natural. We all do it. I've done it. I've hit a plateau. I need to learn some things because we do.
Yeah. And
then you get into the spiral of always having to learn because all of them are telling you something different. And now you're just a pile of everybody else's strategies on top of you.
Oh my God, preach. Yeah.
You know, and so I think that was the thing, you know, when we were going through all of your stuff, like even with looking at some of the programs that you had created in the past couple of years, I'm like, I feel like that's somebody else's strategy for you.
Yeah, it was shit.
Like, it's not. I mean, it's great information and it might be something we need someday if you, who you are, want to shift that way. Yeah. But at the core essence of it, I mean, we even went back and like looked at
2018, y'all.
Like your statements from like when you first started, and I was like, well, that's exactly what we're talking about now. What happened to that? You know? Yeah.
And you know, I don't know what that is for many of us. I'd be curious, anyone watching or replay live, comments, wherever you are. I just had a vision of Kathleen like running around her kitchen because she listens to us, but she's not like watching us. And I'm like, oh, Kathleen, shout out, Kathleen. Hey girl. You know, I don't know, because it was like, yes, I definitely had success coming out of the gate. I was good. I was raw. I was real. There was something, I had that it factor. And because I don't know if it was imposter syndrome, the shoulds, the idea of continued education, that the more you learn, the more you know, the better you can do. I don't know what it was, but I feel like I just got, I don't know, like bleached out of my own company or like tied up and put in the back room. Like, I was so trying to be perfect and give them the results they were looking for, because that's the success they said, but it had nothing of me, like
Yeah. I think about it like when I was a teenager, I used to hate putting laundry away. I still sort of do. I hate to put laundry away. And so I think about like as a teenager, my mom always did my laundry. So she would bring it in and my job was to fold it and put it away. And I mean, it would just pile and pile and pile and pile until finally, like, it's like, 4 feet tall, as I am. I'm only 5'4", it's 4 feet tall. And she was like, how do you stand this? I'm like, well, I know all that's clean and I have worn it already. So anything in my closet, I haven't worn in a while, so I can wear it. But, but you get to that point where it's as tall as you now. And I'm like, okay, I really do need to I need to
unpack it. Yeah. I feel like
to pack this up and put it where it needs to go. And I feel like that's kind of what we do with programs and coaches is, we just keep piling them on top of each other because they all have such it's shiny object syndrome. Like we all do it. Like,
I'm like, this is going to be it.
They're
and like
so
wherever
good.
you are, they're always ahead of where you currently are. So you feel like, well, that's how I get there. Like, that's the roadmap.
Right.
That's the secret missing piece.
Right.
And little did I know, and I want to compliment you on this, and we have said this multiple times, but I feel like now I can say, and I don't know how you're going to find it because you don't know until you know. It's almost like love. Like they're like, I don't know, I just knew. Like, great. But witnessing, it has nothing to do with coaches telling you what to do. I wish I could say, oh my God, this is so important, but it's like, has nothing to do with what they know, what they tell you, anything coming at you. You need somebody to witness you and see you inside of you, the eyebrows you can't see, the details you can't see. That's just your normal, like, second nature. Like, you don't think it's anything. Like the videographer I was speaking to, I told him about my efforts. He's like, please tell me that's a video somewhere. And I was like, no. And he's like, you need someone to give you that response, not say like, well, you have to have an opt-in and you have to have a freebie, and then you have to have a low and medium and high barrier service. And then if you want to be a high ticket, add on 6 zeros. Shut up.
I mean, well, and it's one of those things I think in programs, this happens quite a bit because it's about quantity.
And them,
like them. So you get into all of these programs and they're teaching you a skill, right? Like there is a skill to be taught. I don't want to look down on all coaches.
They're tactical skills to learn.
There are great coaches out there. There are things to learn. Like it is. I mean, there are. So I don't want to come off as a like, oh, we're anti-coach program thing, because we're not by any means. But they're there to teach you their system. They're there to teach you their system. They're not there to listen to you. That's not what they're paying. That's not what you're paying.
Oh, that was good. Say that again. That is it.
They're there to teach you their system. They're not there to listen to you. That's not what you're paying them for.
There it is.
Right. And that's a program thing. And all programs are built that way. You're stuck in a sea of 2,000 other people all going through the same curriculum. And you're absorbing it and you're getting their message and how they're teaching it to you. But there's nobody there that's actually listening to you. And I think that's something that you and I have a skill in, of listening to be able to see people. But we also work one-on-one with people. We don't work in groups of like 2,000 people at a time because that's just how our businesses are. But I think that's where with business owners, like there is a point in time where you do kind of need to get into a program like B-School or CopyCure or whatever program it might be, because there is a skill that you need. Okay, great. Get that skill. Go with the coach that you like or whoever resonates with you. But there is a point, there's a tipping point where you have to go, I can't keep doing programs like this anymore.
Yeah, like take one and be done. Like have a rule, one and done.
Yeah,
pick your one, spend as much or little as you want on it, and then be done. Like, because everybody else is going to teach the exact same thing in like small
different ways.
Yeah. But
then you kind of hit that tipping point of, okay, I don't need any more skills.
Yeah.
I need somebody to listen to me and see what my potential is and put the pieces together because I don't know how. I have all these pieces of this puzzle and I don't know how I'm putting it together to actually make a picture.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's been wild. It's been, I just put down here, you know, is your coaching diluting you? Like, that's when you're going to know, like, if you like, or, well, maybe you wouldn't know, actually. I didn't know. My life kind of was, it was interesting because it was my personal life that triggered the awareness to all of this, but then it was seeing it in my business that just sucked. I was like, ah, damn it.
Well, and
You.
I think the other thing that happens, and I think you're kind of a classic case in this of, granted, I'm not a parent, but I also know that like teenagers get to that point where you, as a parent, you can keep telling, like I do it with Olivia, I can keep telling her to tell her over and over and over again, you can't do that. She kind of has to learn that lesson on her own.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and so I think that this happens a lot of times in programs, and I think you're a classic case of this. Like we've been together 3-4 years at this point. I've seen you go through a bunch of different programs, and that like at some point I was just like, she's just got to learn this on her own.
Thanks, I think.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
yeah, but I mean, true.
And it's just a process. Like it's just a process we all have to go through. Like we all have to, there are certain things we just all kind of have to learn on our own.
I know. And yeah, but I will say in all of the phases, you know, in my like guru addiction, I loved it. In my fuck this addiction, I loved it. And in my now, I just want to be me addiction, I'm loving it. So like you do love the journey of it, and wherever you're at, like be there and get as much as you can out of that phase. Right. But yeah, it's been interesting. So yeah, I'm excited just with the new things and just telling people, you know, they're checking out the website and they're like, oh my God, it's great. I was like, you don't even know. Wait till we She-Hawk it. Like, just wait. Like it's gonna be so much better. Right. But yeah, it's been really interesting. Actually, that does lead to my next person I want to talk about. So I had the privilege of someone booking a client conversation with me this week, where typically this is a call where I just get an understanding of, it's more than a Zoom tea, less than a client like meeting. And I get a feel of like where you're at, what's going on. And then I give my recommendations of either resources I can share with you, how I might be able to work with you, or like what I see that you need, right? That perspective. We're not telling you our way. We're like just witnessing you. Yep. And this one actually happened on the personal side of life. I'm not going into depth. So if I know well, now it's out. She may be watching, but I'm not going into depth. But what I do want to share are the 2 values that she invoked, and our new values. One of the things that Ronnie and I are working on for Iconic Details is that, yes, it's a branding studio, but it's also a lifestyle movement. And so while my values, which I still stand behind wholly, are very more branding, like the actual tactical branding side of things, there were ones that needed to be brought to light as far as the lifestyle and the mindset behind the company. And 2 of them I'm going to share really quickly, just that she needed perspective. When she came to me, it wasn't in the best of days. We've all had these, but you know, that day that you question everything and it's just like, I'm going to burn it down or I'm going to make it work. I would say it was that day. And I think she may have been a little embarrassed by it. And I was just like, no, this is why I'm here. Like, this is where I want to meet you. Like, not every day, but if you're there, like you need someone in your corner to pick up and be like, oh my God, help. And she invoked our new value of perspective, which I'm going to read so I don't mess up. But one of the new things that Iconic Details, and both of us, actually, this is true for both of us, we are committed to perspective by offering an outside eye and soulful witnessing for you to navigate life and business with intoxicating clarity. And I think what she got was, while she came to me for business, there was actually a life decision she needed to make, which also invokes a second value we have, is we're committed to choice and choosing life by design rather than default. But she had a choice to make in order to get her business to the next level and give her her own mental sanity. And I said, you have a blessing right now. While you feel the weight of the world and you are soul tired and you are zapped and you are done, I want you to be there, because no one's given you permission to just be like ruined. Like, you're ruined. Everything that I see right now is just you speaking up and saying what you want and need. There's nothing imposing on you right now. If you have this conversation, you'll learn this. If you have that conversation, you'll learn that. And then if you have the power in you, I don't know what you got to do. Take a nap, take a shot. I don't care what it is, but like the power in you, to make the choice of what you really want from that, you're fine. And then 2 days later, she texted me, she had both conversations, it went the way we hoped, and she's super excited and feels super relieved. So we also have a call coming up with her. She's one of our BYOBs. I'm super excited about it because this is where we talk. It's life and business. It's, you know, and the balance of that is not always 50-50. Sometimes it's 80-20. Sometimes it's whatever the freaking fraction you want it to be. But it was really, really empowering to just be able to witness someone. I wasn't trying to fix, I wasn't trying to coach, I wasn't trying to whatever her. I was just listening, because when you have the balls to go through a Phoenix journey and burn that shit down, or burn a version of you off to be the next version, it's hard. And I loved that I could just hold space and I listened, and she was crying and there was moments, and it was not, you know, it wasn't pretty. It to be. She's like, I really thought I'd be talking about the business today. I said, you did talk about the business, because this getting handled will help that. And so, you know, cord cutting was invoked, you know, blessing and releasing things, going back to Shamika Tankerson's challenge for me of what in your life are you currently tolerating that at one point served you, but no longer is. I mean, that was the answer to this. And I was like, you can choose to live by default and have this continue to be the same issue that it's being and just killing you slowly, or figure out what the other options are, have conversations, like just see, because we also talk about this too, where we make something so much bigger than it is. And by the time we go do it, it took like 10 minutes. And we're like, shit, I mean, that thing, like a whole afternoon was going to be a duh.
Right.
And so I'm so proud of this person. And if she watches, when she watches, I'm still proud of you. I'm talking about you, and I'm going to brag about you because you did your work. You chose life by design. And I cannot wait to see just the relief that that's going to do, and like the space and energy it opens up for her. But 2 new values to just debut for you is that we offer you perspective again through that outside eye and soulful witnessing. We're not trying to sell you on a methodology here. We are just trying to get your best you out of you and like leading you. And then also choice, like you get to choose this. You want to keep being in course after course after course, which was my problem. Here's another course. You want to get out of that? We'll help you out of that. You love, like, we are here to support you being you. Now, I will say, I do have a problem. One of my gifts and my curses is that I can see people's ultimate potential. And so when they're not being that or not in alignment with that, I can also be a horse murderer, in the sense of like, you can take the horse to water and you can't make them drink. Well, I will hold your head down until you're either drinking or dead. So by all means, be warned. If you want your ultimate potential to come out, hang out with me. If not, please slowly step back, because I will only want the best for you, and I can potentially harm you in trying to get it.
I have a little softer touch with that.
You do. I'm just like, nope. I'm like, I don't like to waste time. I know you don't either, but I'm like, if I see it, like, but I'm also intense. Like, I would just say, like, that's why Chicago works really well for me. I also am just intense in things. Like, I don't like,
that's just different personalities of people. Like, it just is. Yeah. I mean, it just is. Oh
my God, Angie, love this. Savage with love. I don't know when that comment came up, but yes, I am savage with love. I'm like, trademark hashtag. Yes. Oh my God, I need a t-shirt. Mug me. Not mug me, mug me. Anyways, savage with love. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was very excited for that one. So we have one that is blossoming right now, is what I would say. So eager for her, excited for her. We have the other one that's thinking. And also it's a man. So I'm very eager to see this. Something's happened, y'all. And also any of the men that may start watching this, hi. So I had this thing that I was like only working, well, that was one of my past coaching niches me into only working with women, service-based businesses, while which I love all of us and we are amazing. I had like 3 men sneak in here. Like, I don't know what's been going on this week. But it was interesting talking to them, and they are just as receptive to my ways as anyone else would be. Now, mind you, I did frame one or two things slightly different, but I'm so intrigued. I really hope he like answers me and like tells me about like what he wants to amplify or what he thinks is his ways. Or if he has no idea, then my favorite part, I get to go in and watch. So this is one thing that I'll do is like, I would go in acting like his like assistant for the day or whatever, and watch him like in an organization doing what he does and take little notes. Cause yes, he can't know this, but it's like, no, the high five you give people, or it's the, you know, I don't know, throwing bean bags at their face. I don't know what he's doing. No idea. But whatever the thing is, like, that's where I get to watch and just take note. And sometimes it's watching someone on a Zoom call. Sometimes it's going into an office. I don't know, but that's where I love to be the witness for the day.
It's called ethnography.
What?
It's called ethnography. It's a type of market research.
That was a word. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ethnography.
Ethnography. It's a type of observation research.
I should know that with a psych degree, shouldn't I?
Probably not. Like it stems out of anthropology. Like it's the study of cultures. Yeah.
Ethnography. Okay.
Ethnography. Yep.
Ethnography.
We do a lot. Actually, we do a lot of that in marketing research, ethnography.
Okay. I'm going to spell check myself on that, but I'm going to put that definition in our blurb. That's a great word. Yeah.
Ethnography.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm really concerned about the rest of your day. You said something so smart just now.
Yes, I am too.
Just so everyone is read in on our little secret here and what we're giggling about. Ronnie and I only have so many smarts that we can deploy during a day, and then we just get white.
It's downhill from there.
Downhill. So like, I smarted too hard today, or like, you know, brain dead by the end of the day or whatever. So if she's going to say a word like that, watch out. Anyways, it's our joke. Does anyone else smart really hard during the day? Like you can like, you'll say something and then all of a sudden the universe just needs to balance you out. And then you do something like super blonde or super stupid, or just like, you're like,
I think I put up a meme on Instagram the other day that was something about like, I did something really smart, but then I also spent 10 minutes in my car looking for my phone while I was using my phone as flashlight.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
that's exactly it.
I can relate.
Yeah. So just tell us in the comments. We've got Edie, we've got Angie. I think we have a few others of you. Our replayers, shout out to Kathleen and Violetta and all of you guys. We love having you ladies here with us, and men too, for the future men and things. I'm excited for all of it. So ethnography. Okay, yeah. I'm just like looking out for the dangers. Yeah.
I think something's coming from that one.
So Edie shares, never have a critical meeting after 4 p.m. on Friday. Okay. Rule of thumb. It's been invoked. Never have a critical meeting after 4 p.m. or on a Friday.
You know, and this is the funny thing, for like the last month, almost all of my clients have been like, let's talk on Friday. And I'm like, oh,
not unless I take Monday off.
Everybody want to talk on a Friday all of a sudden? Like, aren't we supposed to not be working on Fridays, getting ready for the weekend? Like,
yeah, what, I don't know. What's the new, aren't we supposed to have like 4-day work weeks or 3-day work weeks and millions and all this?
Fridays are supposed to be like the fuck off day. I mean, I shouldn't have to think very hard on a Friday.
Yeah.
But I do.
Maybe a new rule right there. You heard it, people. Your business strategist told you, fuck off Friday.
Fuck off Fridays.
There it is. That's what it was. I love it. All right. So we are at 10 minutes left. So our lovely viewers, our lovely business besties, do you have any questions for us? Business, branding, marketing, life, fucking off on Fridays. Take that how you will. Ethnography, Italy. I don't know how do you say it. Like if it's in action,
it's ethnography.
Ethnography.
It's an ethnographic study.
Okay, ethnographic. My poor little brain.
I mean, I spent 15 years in marketing research. That's how I know these
No, I
things.
love it.
Like,
I think it's a sexy word. I want to know it. I want to
ethnography.
use it. I want to be that girl that can say that word, but it's going to take me like 24 hours just to pronunciate
Yeah.
it. And then I'll
Ethnography.
be like, it's that time, like you used it so eloquently. So thank you for that. And thank you for educating me on it. But it's that time when you just want to dismiss somebody completely and be like, do you want me to come over and just ethnographic your face or whatever? And they're like, it's like when you choose to say vernacular versus vocabulary.
Oh, yeah, sort of.
Yeah. Kind of. All right. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but if anyone has questions in the comments, I won't even like shout out who it was, but I mean, somebody could look, but details. If you have anything, let us know. If not, I think, can I plug my little masterclass awesomeness?
Yes, please do.
All right. We talked about it last time because it was actually in response to somebody asking us a question, and little did they know I was literally in the process of designing it and promoting it. But I have something new coming up that I would really love to invite all of you to, if I have not already sent you a personal invite. It is a new masterclass in what I'm calling my virtual workroom, aka Zoom room, for us to go through the entire branding process and fully explain every step, every detail, and help you to see the order and the method of this madness. And so I want to show you from a branding perspective, what it looks to go through the discovery phase of building your brand, what it looks like to find the support that you're going to need, what it looks like to have all of that information creatively directing your creative. And so the logos and the websites and everything that you build out, and then also how to integrate it and implement it or infuse it and use it. And so what I've done is I created a resource, a free resource, which you can, if you're so excited, you could actually go to the website right now and get it, iconicdetails.com, go to the resource tab, free resources. And get this, it's called the Branding Process Explained, and it is a full checklist that literally outlines everything you need to develop your business and brand. And then this masterclass is going to be an hour of us going through that. A little bit of time to co-work, definitely time for Q&A, definitely some workroom specials that you will not get anywhere else, because I've lost my mind and I'm basically like giving half off of all of my services. So like you should just be there. But if you're thinking like, man, okay, like I'm building a brand, or I have a business, I have a brand, I just want to check that I have everything I need, this is going to be the opportunity for you. Let's walk through, check. Oh, don't have that. Fine. Check. And help you take out the fragmented frustration feel and get you more organized just to see what you have. We're going to have strategy sessions. We're also going to have intensives. Now, this is the part where I think you should really be listening to this. So like, I don't know what Ronnie, I lost my bloody mind, but in any part of the process that you're missing, you heard me, any part. So like, let's say there's 10 things and you're missing number 5 and number 7. I don't know. There's an opportunity to get that one completely done with my support at like a stupid affordable price. Like I'm talking stupid affordable price. So it's going to be April 14th. So a week from tomorrow. Today's Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday, so a week from tomorrow. And I think it's something that you should really want to be in the room for. If you're in the room, you do get access to the workroom specials. If you're not and watch the replay, I'm sorry, I'm going to be so evil. I'm going to stop the recording at that point, so no one gets it. You have to be in the room for these things. But 1 hour, that's all I'm asking for, is an hour to explain it with you, walk you through it, and then give you time for Q&A at the end. Give these workroom specials if you need a little extra support. And I will be live streaming it for the weekend. So if you can't make it live, at least, thank you, Ronnie, at least you can see the replay over the weekend. And I have a feeling that this is going to be so good. It's something that we're going to do again in the future, but I would really love you there just for the first one. Help me break it in, help me, see what works, what doesn't, see how it goes. But there's an opportunity to RSVP for the event. Again, it's April 14th at 10 a.m. Central Time. All the other time zones, you get it. Just an hour. It's free. Did I mention it's free? Oh my God, I don't even think I mentioned it's free. I really did lose my damn mind doing this. It is so good. People are going to love it. And I've noticed, actually I have a few of my team members coming because they understand the collaboration and they understand that it's going to help them understand the branding process, but also bring their clients to understand it. So enough said.
Nice.
I hope that was a little bit of a tease, but I will also leave, I hope you guys don't mind, I'm going to leave a little bit of the information in the bio of today's video just so that you have it.
I dropped the links in the comments.
I'm sorry?
I dropped all the links in the comments.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Thanks.
While you was talking.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I have, yeah, love it. So it's there for you guys. Did you drop the RSVP link too for them?
Yes, I did.
That's amazing. I don't see it yet, but I'm excited. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So yeah, I'm excited about it. And we're thinking that this will be a little bit of a series. So there's going to be more to it coming out. But that's that. So thank you for letting me plug that. The branding process explained. It's free resource on iconicdetails.com or an upcoming masterclass if you want to do it. We have our website from Mimosa Hotline is now live. Go over, check out our space for you. Feel like you're in our living room, our lobby, our extended space. Like enjoy it. We have the hotline open. Leave us your questions. Like, this is so fun. Who doesn't want a hotline to call in and be like, what the hell? Like, we're here to help. We also have BYOBs. This is bring your own business. If you want it complimentary and are willing to be live with us on the call, then we'll go through things there. If you would like to be a little bit more private, then they're $250 for the two of us. Like, that's insane. Basically, it's two experts for the price of one with an hour long, a full hour strategy session of Ronnie and I together, totally focused on you, helping share all of our experience and expertise. Also, the comment section is always there for you as well. And I'm slightly concerned because we're like 3 minutes early.
It never happens.
Never
What's
happens.
wrong with us?
We're getting too good. But I hope everybody enjoyed today's show where we talked about it's not always a marketing problem. We talked about what are the iconic details that you need to identify and amplify for yourself. Is coaching diluting you or highlighting you, I guess would be the thing. And then what is our new word?
Ethnography.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I feel like that calendar of the day, that word of the day calendar.
Yes, you actually, I think that's a fact. Yes, that is it. So you have that too. Questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbursts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, your co-hosts from Mimosa Hotline, ready to help you in any way that we can. So have a great day. I don't see anything.
Yep.
Ronnie, any final thoughts?
No, we'll just see everybody next week.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.